How to charge a car battery. Any vehicle can suffer a flat battery, even an electric car. Thankfully, recharging a car battery is straightforward, but there are some important points to consider first. A car battery will typically last between 3 and 5 years before it needs replacing. There are many signs that a battery is getting old, but common symptoms include the engine cranking more slowly than normal, loss of power to the electronics and a warning light on the dashboard. Charging a failing battery might get you home, but you should fit a replacement as soon as possible. A battery in good health might last around 2 weeks without use before it needs recharging. However, external factors can reduce this to a few days. Cold weather and extreme heat are 2 examples, or it might be something as simple as an interior light left switched on. As mentioned, most EVs have a separate battery for starting the car and powering ancillary such as lights and aircon, so the same issues apply. Why has your car battery gone flat? If you've ruled out the possibility that your car battery is simply old and needs replacing, you need to figure out why it has gone flat. Reasons include regular short journeys. As many motorists have discovered with increased working from home, the combination of infrequent use and short trips puts a strain on car batteries, leaving an interior light on. Also check the boot light, as this is harder to spot when you leave the vehicle. Using the electrics when the car isn't running. Did you listen to the radio while you spent the afternoon valeting the car? Fitting the wrong battery. If it's too small, it will lack the power required to crank the engine. Extreme outdoor temperatures, either hot or cold. How to charge a car battery. Once the car is running, a drive of around 30 minutes should be enough to return the battery to full health. Don't stall the engine or you could be back to square one. If you find that the battery is flat or the car is slow to start at the next attempt, it's almost certainly time to fit a new one. Prices range from around £50 to £200, depending on the size of battery. A car with stop/start engine technology requires a different and more expensive AGM or EFB battery. You'll also require a smart charger, rather than a conventional battery charger. Here is the process for charging a car battery. 1. Check and clean the battery terminals. If they look dirty, rub them with a wire brush and remove any residue before charging. 2. On older cars, make a note of radio pin codes or how to reset the clock before you disconnect the battery. 3. Disconnect the battery. Remove the negative terminal first, then the positive terminal, before disconnecting the clamp holding the battery in place. Using a magnetic ratchet set or spanner will reduce the chances of important nuts and bolts dropping into the bowels of the engine. We've all been there. 4. Although it's possible to charge a car battery in situ, we'd recommend removing it from the car. Position the battery on a flat surface in the garage or shed before connecting the positive cable to the positive terminal, then the negative cable to the negative terminal. Don't recharge a car battery in the house, there's a risk of explosion or fire. 5. With the cables secured, switch on the battery charger and wait for the battery to be charged. How long it takes depends on the size of the battery, but it could be up to 24 hours before the battery is fully charged. Most chargers have a light or indicator to tell you when the battery is ready for use. 6. Unplug the charger, disconnect the cables, then position the battery in the car. Secure the battery by refitting the clamp, before fitting the positive terminal, followed by the negative terminal. Switch on the car's ignition, check for any warning lights, then start the engine. If your car spends a lot of time not being used, it's probably worth investing in a trickle charger. These monitor the battery's health and top it up gradually, ensuring the car is always ready to use.